We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday worldwide edition, the 22nd day already of June 2014. We just had the longest day of the year yesterday, right? Longest day of the year. What do they call that? The summer solstice. The longest day of the year yesterday. And I had a chance to spend that with some of my family. It was wonderful. I hope you're having a great time here on this wondrous, beautiful earth with all these amazing creations, and that we can transcend the globalists and those that try to shutter the gates of reality and keep our horizons very, very narrow and very, very restricted. Because it is in looking up from the dirt, from the globalist artificial reality, that we will discover the wider universe around us and realize just how diseased and twisted the minds of the globalists are, worm-eaten by egomaniacal delusions of control freak paradises they're going to build when all they ever seem to build is hell. Hillary Clinton was in town Friday here in Austin, Texas, where we come to you from all over the world. Come to you from Austin and then broadcast around the world and transmit and stream via Infowars.com around the world. And our reporters, David Knight and Kit Daniels, did a great job. Some of it they got on video with hidden watch cameras. Other parts they got off of iPhone audio because obviously it's hard to stick a camera in Hillary's face when you're standing right in front of her. And they had all sorts of security people there doing the TSA pat-downs, which are now ubiquitous, not just, first the airports and then the sports stadiums. Now it's everywhere to get around the private citizen, Hillary Clinton. Before, you had to be the Secret Service protection. You had to be the president or their immediate family. And now it's just anybody from the government, period. Everyone gets groped. And then now it's, you go to any event, you get groped, which is the total conversion of this country and this world. This is being done worldwide into a classical police state where we basically live in an open-air prison. But we have that video and that audio up on Infowars.com. She attacked Matt Drudge and the alternative media, saying it was basically lies. And she attacked the Second Amendment and elaborated on her statement from earlier in the week that we'll cue back up from CNN, where she said people's views of the Second Amendment terrorize the public and are basically terrorism. So our reporters got through the blockade where the narcissist, egomaniac, Queen Bee, Hillary Clinton, was there holding court to all of the anti-male women that have been programmed to think that their empowerment comes through the destruction of men. Basically a cult of women seething with the desire for power. Totally programmed by the known CIA operative Hillary Rodham Clinton, who was groomed from high school. By the way, Life magazine's back there in Dude's office. Since I mentioned that, I want to show that to people. We're going to play that video and more, the latest on the border, the latest on the economy. Stay with us. A very important transmission. From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
You want answers? Well, so does he. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
South Dakota Republicans have just passed a resolution demanding Obama impeachment. We had members of Congress on Friday, we covered the report, that are saying they have the votes now in the House to start impeachment, to indict Obama for all sorts of unconstitutional high crimes and misdemeanors, and then have the trial in the Senate. And what I've already told everybody, I'm not even an IT person, but I knew this and checked with my IT people. And Breitbart is reporting it and confirming it off of the federal purchase orders and federal contracts. Lost emails. The IRS has a contract with an email backup company. Yes, the federal government is under even stricter laws and regulations about saving information than the public. That's why, remember, the head of the Energy Department and others got caught a few years ago and had to resign because they had dummy emails under pseudonyms. It was fitting that some of the pseudonyms were for British royalty. That's how the bureaucratic class sees themselves, trying to shut down our industry, shut down our power plants and more, trying to put tracker boxes in all the cars attached by the mile. Remember all that? That was discussed in separate private emails they had illegally in the government running policy. So that's brought some of these scallywags down. And it's come out that they were ordered to persecute pro-lifers, Christian groups that weren't establishment, Tea Party groups. That persecution's public, and they keep claiming, Lois Lerner and others, that they didn't do anything wrong, but now they've been caught, and so they're in a box. They're cornered, and they said, throughout the agency, everybody who supposedly emailed each other on who was to be targeted under Obama's orders, all of those hard drives were taken out of the computers in the last year, and they were destroyed. Well, there's a big problem with that. Most people don't back their emails up on their computer. Almost all email systems, including the ones the IRS has been confirmed by the federal contracts, are on servers, and then they're backed up to data tapes. That's still the cheapest way. We do it here with a data tape box. We don't keep general junk emails, but backups of the site, backups of news, backups of data, it's backed up on tapes. And more it's going to clouds. So it is pure, manifest, unmitigated bull. It's like catching your child up in the cupboard with cookies in their hand, in their left hand with their right hand, shoving cookies in their face, and they look at you and say, I didn't eat any of the cookies, except this isn't some harmless thing like getting cookies out of the cupboard, out of the pantry when you haven't eaten your dinner yet. This is sending the government out to audit and persecute and arrest and harass and deny charity 501c3 to anyone that's not in a criminal operation with the Democratic Party, like we saw with Acorn and others and their Obamacare navigators. Again, if you just joined us, we are live. It is the 22nd day of June 2014 on this live, L-I-V-E, Sunday worldwide transmission. And we have David Knight, InfoWars nightly news host, who also co-hosts the radio show on a routine basis, does a fabulous job. He went out with Kit Daniels Friday. Hillary Clinton was in Austin, Texas, where this transmission originates from 6 days a week. Weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then back Sundays 4 to 6 Central. And they said no cameras allowed at the book, people, and that you could simply pay your money to go up and be bossed around by Hillary and worship her and see her in her full regalia on a power trip, which we do have video of. But we had hidden cameras and did get video of it. Even though they frisked everyone, they did not catch the wristwatch cameras that are in close to HD. They're not HD yet, but they're close to it. So this is a very important information. We're going to play David Knight's report when we come back. Then we're going to have David Knight in studio with us. Then the other reporter that was with him Friday, Kit Daniels, has gone down to the Texas border again. We had our reporters there last week, and Jakari Jackson, John Bound, and others, and we broke about 5 national news stories showing that the Border Patrol buses the illegals in to McAllen, and then we had the emergency manager of the city on video at the tent city saying then the Border Patrol gives them, the illegal aliens, tickets for Greyhound, and then they get on and go wherever they want in America who are illegal. And now there's just waves of babies by themselves on buses. I mean, there was already a lot of babies showing up, and toddlers and women with kids, but now it's just dump your babies here. And America's so politically correct that it's racist, ladies and gentlemen. If you just don't say, come here, you have diseases, you have 5 kids, you have 3 kids, you know, whatever, we're just going to pay for everything. No other country does this. I can't go to Guatemala or Mexico or do that. And this is a crisis to bring the country down and to have voters that will vote because they're literally attached to the government mammary gland immediately when they get here to 90+% is the current statistics, vote for a total authoritarian plan. Socialism, gun control, you name it. And by the way, here's the Hillary Clinton signs if you're watching us on Infowars.com/show on the free video feed or at prisonplanet.tv. Look at this. Hillary, readyforhillary.com, paid for by Hillary PAC. That's by Hillary's people. And the pound Twitter sign is ready. And it's this bizarre gangsterish shot, gangster chic, of the woman that brags when she kills people and takes over countries that she came, she saw, they died. Her on her phone looking like supposedly some type of diva. Very, very disgusting. You know, she's the gangster. She will bring the power of women to the fore. Why have women just ran things? Well, women run the State Department right now and are overthrowing Ukraine, turning it over to Nazis, turning areas of Syria and Iraq over to Al-Qaeda. I mean, the idea, and it's a real thing out there. The women that buy into this don't have any direction or any plan. They just know, I hate other men. That's a Freudian slip because they're kind of like men. And I, you know, hate my kids, and I just have the power. And I'm going to sit here, and I'm for the police state, and I'm for the drug war, and I'm for everything else that's tyrannical, but I'm a woman. And so it's cute and it's funny. It doesn't matter I'm a liar and a criminal and was involved in Vince Foster murder. It doesn't matter in the cattle futures and the corruption and Benghazi and Fast and Furious and just endless evil and shutting the country down and bankrupting everything. It doesn't matter because you're racist if you don't like Obamacare. And see, you're sexist if you don't like Hillary's politics. Really, I'd vote for the Le Pen lady over in France. She's like a Tea Party type libertarian.